Okay, good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about the Mother's Day question answer part from your textbook. The question number one is asking about what are the issues it raises, the chapter called the Mother's Day. So the play raises many serious issues. The first and the foremost is the proper appreciation of a housewife's role and responsibility. Okay, that what are the role or responsibility of a housewife in a house? Okay, that question it raises. And those who work 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week treat the housewife as an unpaid domestic servant. Okay, this is actually happening, and especially in Indian society we can see very easily that. And who must carry out their orders, and also they believe that housewives are meant simply to carry out their orders. Okay, and they neither request her nor thanks her for her services. Okay, and the second issue is uh, is of the love and gratitude towards the mother or wife. Okay, the husband, son, daughter leave the lady of the house alone every night, and they go out to enjoy themselves in their several ways. They go out for the celebrations. Okay, but what about the one who is working in the house? They don't take any notice of her and become thoughtless and selfish. Okay. So the mother's excessive love, care, and promptness to serve them also spoil them. Okay. So this is the issues which are raised in this chapter. These are the issues. Okay, the second question it's asked is, do you think it's caricatures these issues, or you think that the problems it raises are genuine? How does the play resolve the issues? Do you agree with this resolution? So first of all, we need to understand the question. It is asking about the word called, there's a word called caricatures. Caricature word has a different meanings. Okay, the one meaning of the word caricature can be a funny drawing or a picture of somebody that exaggerates the sum of their features. Okay, for example, I can say a cruel caricature of the prime minister. Okay, another meaning of this term is a description of a person or a thing that makes them seem ridiculous by exaggerating some of their characteristics. Okay. So here, in the sense of a description of a person's, or by exaggerating some of the fact. Okay. So these are the meaning of this word called caricature. Okay, which is asking in the question here. So do you think that it caricatures these issues, or do you think uh, that the problem it raises are genuine? Okay, or the genuine problems? Okay, so if we ask, if you discuss about the answer of the second question, this. So from my point of view, the problem problem raises in the chapter are very serious. Actually, these are the serious problem of the society. The the treatment is of course comic. Okay, that no doubt the way it has been presented in the chapter is a little bit funny, but the problem is still serious. The playwright adopts an unusual method. The writer has adopted unusual method to resolve the issues. Okay, he takes the help of magic. Okay, even in the chapter the writer has taken the help of magic. Okay, and the magical spell helps in the interchange of their personality, as we have noticed, right? The actual Mrs. Person changed to Mrs. Fitzgerald, and one who was Mrs. Fitzgerald changes to Mrs. Person. Okay, so so now Mrs. Persona, with the strong and sinister personality of Mrs. Fitzgerald, give rough treatment to the daughter, son, and the husband respectively. She treats the family very badly. Okay, one who was the magician. Her stern looks and commanding tone suggest to them that she can be really tough. The spoilt members are brought round by the heavy dose of exposure of reality to them. They agree to stay and helping in preparing the supper while the housewife has to talk with her husband. The resolution of the issues seems far-fetched and unnatural, but extreme means have to be adopted in disaster management. Okay, so this is about the second question's answer. Okay, the next question is asking that if supposingly you are the writer, so what issues of today, okay, what are the some of the incidents, okay, examples and the problems that you would think is relevant. So various responses are possible for this answer. Okay. If you look at this, so in today's scenario's point of view, the incident of unfair treatment of women, okay, there is no equality for both the genders, okay, whether it is at the workplace, in public transport, elsewhere, or anywhere elsewhere. The examples of exploitation of the female workers with lower wages, harassment by seniors, indecent remarks, teasing, molestations can highlight the problems in spite of the talk of women empowerment. Okay, we talk a lot, but this kind of issues are still lying in the society. Okay, the most of the time the poor housewives have to tolerate the physical torment and the mental anguish at the husband by the husband. Okay, uh, and also we can see from the society the examples of rapes and sexual harassments which hug the limelight in the daily newspaper. We can see them in the daily newspaper. Okay, and this can also be included, okay, to highlight the problems of insecurity of the women in the modern society. So we have seen that in modern society also there are circumstances, situations which are unfavorable for women. Okay, the next question is about, is drama a good medium for conveying a social message? Discuss. So yes, drama is certainly a good medium for conveying any social message. Okay, direct moralizing is often resent and usually ignored by the people. And drama is a presentation of a slice of life through the characters placed in the various situations. Okay, the attention of the spectator centers around their actions and reactions. Okay, most of them feel fully involved with the protagonist at that time. Because, for example, if you are watching a movie and when you see the main character, leading character, maybe it can be Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan. So the feeling which comes like for a moment you find yourself as the actor of that movie or actress of that movie, right? So this is the kind of a drama only. The working out of the theme generally leaves a message there. Okay, the theme the drama is based on, that gives us a message, and sometimes it is very obvious. Okay, but in most cases it can be indirect also. Right, the theme can be indirect also. It gives some message which you need to understand it, which is not so clear. The social message of this play seems to come out of the interactions of the characters and the traits of characters. Okay, how they behave, how they talk. Okay, and that all brings out the social messages. The victory of evil over the good is usually portrayed indirectly. In any drama, any movie, you will see that at the end there is the bad things get finished and good things starts. Okay, so this shows that victory of evil over good. And these days we find many plays centered around the themes creating the social awareness, such as the evils of drinking and smoking, danger of pollution. People they talk about the child labor. Okay, decreasing female issues, and need to empower the women in a country. Okay, so we can say that the drama is actually a good medium for conveying the society. Thank you. Okay, the next question is asking about that you have to discuss in a group the plays or the films which is strong message to the society or for the social reforms. Okay, so if any of you have seen that, so there are many movies like this. Okay, and one of the best example of such a movie is the Swadesh movie of Shah Rukh Khan, if you guys might have seen. Okay, so and this movie which has given a very very strong message of the social reform. I'm talking about Swadesh movie. It is the story of an Indian scientist, okay, who is working at the NASA and who visits his ancestral home in India after a long period of time. And when he noticed the poor condition of the villagers and lack of the basic facilities, fills him with a deep agony. Agony means sorrow. Okay. So what he does that he give up with his job. He resigns his job in America and returns to his native country. Okay, that is India. Okay, to begin his work. For the rural upliftment to help the poor people of the village. Okay, he gives the villagers a message that self-help is the best help, and We cannot depend for everything on the government. This remote village is plunged in darkness after sunset. Okay, there was no electricity in it. Okay, so with the help of the few villagers, the scientist is able to produce the hydroelectricity and light. Okay, in that village homes. Okay. And the water can also be used for irrigation purpose, and also the, thus the economy and the social condition of the villager undergoes a sea change. Okay, here the sea change we are talking in the sense of the positive change. It brings the positive social reform. Okay, so there are many movies like this. Okay, which are based on the social changes, like another movie of your Amir Khan Dangal movie, right? So that is also a message which brings gender equality in the society. All right. So this is I have just discussed some of the questions with you. Thank you.